Gotcha. Again? Hello, I am Bookface, and today we're talking about fairies, also known as fae. The fae and fairies, as most people know them, are very different. While fairies are just, little tiny people with the wings and the fairy dust and Peter Pan, yay! Actual fae from England are
murderers
and
eat children.
Yes, the fae had to be changed quite a bit to be good for certain movies. And the old fae are very, very bizarre. So let's jump right in. First we have the creature known as the Boggart, which comes from the same root word as boogeyman. It was a creature that was thought to resemble a small, disgusting old man. However, it was thought that this creature could transform into various animals. It was believed there were actually two different kinds of Boggarts. The ones that inhabit houses and the ones that inhabit the outdoors. Both are not good. The Boggarts that lived in houses were just like a step above the annoying pranksters that most fae can be. They would do things like make things disappear in the house. Okay, annoying, but not that bad. They would make milk go sour. Okay, that's really annoying. And they would make dogs go lame. Don't hurt the dogs! It was also thought that a Boggart would go into people's rooms at night and lay their cold, clammy hands on people's faces. Of course, they could also sneak into rooms to rip off bed sheets or just pull on people's ears. Unfortunately, getting away from a Boggart was a little tricky because even if the family moved to a different house, the Boggart would follow them. However, it's thought that you could keep a Boggart out if you put a horseshoe over your door and a pile of salt in front of your door. Who needs a welcome mat? Just wipe your feet on the salt mound. The origin of a Boggart is actually thought to be the lesser known and much less dangerous creatures, the brownies or the silkies, which are house spirits, that were wronged in some way by humans and turned into a Boggart. Don't offend the house spirits. It was thought that if somebody gave their Boggart a name, then it would become impossible to control and very destructive and dangerous. Outdoor Boggarts lived in swamps or holes in the ground or under bridges or at really sharp turns on the road. Of course, these Boggarts kind of step it up a level in how dangerous they are, because instead of doing these tiny little annoying pranks, they kidnap and eat children. The next fae we have to discuss are the WilloWisp, which are the least dangerous and some of the most dangerous. It all depends on how attracted to shiny objects you are. These creatures inhabit marshes, swamps, and bogs, and resemble floating lanterns. A number of these will-o-wisps appear in a line to create a sort of trail of lights. It's supposed to lure people into the swamp so they can get lost and die. They have various names such as the Friar's Lanterns, Jack-o'-lanterns sometimes, and Hinky-punks. Additionally, different versions of this myth or something similar exist just about everywhere around the world. Some have also linked the phenomena of the will-o-wisp to alien sightings of little glowing orbs called orbs. However, there is a scientific explanation for this. It is caused by the oxidization of phosphine, diphosphine, and methane, the decay of which causes photon emissions, which ignite when reacting to the air. That's more science than I've had to deal with this entire year. And the final creature is a pixie, which is a form of fairy from the area of Cornwall. Some places in Cornwall. At some places in Cornwall, the pixie is called the pigsy, for reasons unknown. They are believed to live in stone structures such as stone circles, barrows, dolmens, ring forts, and menhirs. These creatures were described as being very short in stature and somewhat resembling a child, a lot like my friend Charlie. These fairies were known for having little tiny wings and being very, very mischievous. It was believed large groups of pixies would meet up to either dance or wrestle. I mean, that's how most social gathering works, right? You either try to dance a bit or it's time to fight. The clothing of these creatures is typically described as these disgusting, dirty rags, but some believe they wear green clothes with pointy green hats. So it's either looking like a hobo or pixies are also supposed to really love horses and love to ride them and like braid their hair or something. They just really love horses. They were also thought to be explorers of undersea caves. They looked for the origins of streams and all kinds of stuff. Some later myths also say they stole children, but that could just be a myth of the fae in general. That's sort of being linked to pixies without any particular reason. So yeah, there are 3 different kinds of fairies. So, next time you see any movie that has a fairy or some kind of fairy magic in it, just remember, they will kill and eat your child. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. I just did a video on hybrid monsters from various mythologies. Please go watch that. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!